Guys say with black tape, it hides the puck better. I just think if you're good enough, it shouldn't matter. No, I don't know.
Marcus,
I just never,
he's trolling you.
Especially my brother.
Nick, it's game day. What time are you getting up? What do you eat?
Well, I'm usually up pretty early because of my kids. So I'm on game days, so 8 o'clock usually. I roll out of bed and hang out with the kids a little bit.
When you're driving to the rink, what are you listening to?
So I'm actually been listening to the radio more. So 97.9 has been on, or 92.3, which is the country station.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. You're welcome. Nice plug. 'Cause I'm always, thinking about the game, but it just kind of gives you that drive in where just something mindless till we have to really focus and dial in once we get to the rinks.
Do you have a favorite artist?
Oh, of all time, Garth Brooks for sure.
Okay.
But right now I really am into this Morgan Wallen. He's just come onto the scene past a little bit, and I really enjoyed him. He sings Whiskey Glasses. Another plug. You're welcome, Morgan.
I've heard through the grapevine that you're the one that puts the country on in the locker room, and they all want to change it to Swedish house music.
Oh yeah, that is. Swedish House Mafia is rocking in our room. I like to bring it back to, some civilization every now and then, and some words that I can understand or things like that, but it's fun. That's what's so fun about the room dynamics is what people listen to. I love, getting to know what guys like, and music kind of speaks to a lot of people. I actually appreciate that our team focuses on us. I think, in this league, you can get so confused, given so much information on other teams that it kind of paralyzes you. I think we do such a good job of just talking about us.
As that introspective video work, is it different than what you've experienced with other teams?
Yeah, I think the coaching staff here has been really cognizant of not giving us too much information. I think sometimes you sit in these meetings, especially when I first came in the league, it would be like a 45-minute video. And as much as we're pros, but you can't grasp all that information. So they're really good at giving you the fine points that you need, trimming the fat a little bit. And I think as players, we appreciate that because you can really harness that and use that towards the game that night.
Torts talks so much about how this is such an instinctive game. Once you're on the ice, you just have to play. Is that part of that method?
Absolutely. I think that's where he practices what he preaches. If he's going to tell us that and then, sit us down for video and try to make us robots, it's not going to work. So sometimes he'll cut videos like that's too much, and I think guys appreciate that.
So from film room onto the ice, what are you, Nick Foligno, working on?
I like to just get a feel of the puck. Sometimes where I want to get on the ice just because I feel like, in the past couple games or in practice, I just haven't liked the way I felt with the puck. And to me, that's so important going into a game.
For the non-professional hockey players out there, they might say, you're a hockey player. Isn't feeling the puck like riding a bike? Explain what you mean by that.
You're in the game, it's second nature. You know what you need to do in order to have success. And, I think that preparation that starts in the morning is what breeds success at night.
You are such a nice guy. How do you change your mindset? You're a bruiser on the ice. When and how do you make that flip?
As soon as it becomes game time, this is my job. This is what I love to do, and I love to compete. I think I started as a kid with playing against your brother and how competitive that got and usually turned into fights, and then how badly I want to win. And in order to play this game, you have to play with an edge. You have to play with emotion. You have to be a bit of a bully out there. Probably watching my dad and how he played the game, and then growing up and admiring some of the players I admired, just that style of hockey was what I liked and what I wanted to be, and it's worked for me.
So let's talk about the stick. How often do you swap it out? How often are you cutting a new one?
I'm pretty weird. I actually use a lot of them to stick for as long as I can. As I've gotten older, I've really, even this year, I've used a new stick a little bit more. I find just the pop of the shot. It's not like the wood sticks back in the day where after a while they're dead. They're like wet noodles. They still have a lot of resistance and a lot of ability. So I switch them out every now and then if I'm just not feeling the way that one stick feels. My trainers will laugh. I think I hand them a stick and they'll give me another one. They probably give me the same one back. And sometimes it's a mental thing. And then when you get the one you feel, the confidence that you get sometimes with the way you feel with that stick, it's unreal how a lot of guys are like that. We're almost mental midgets in some ways. This is our only baby. We baby this thing more than our skates, anything else. So my dad taught me this. This is how he taped my stick when I was a kid, and I liked it. So
he knows a thing or two about taping sticks,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, guys say I tape pretty fast, but there's some guys. My dad always admired. He could actually go and do the old around like this, and I just don't feel like I'm very good at it. So I usually
go. It looks pretty good to me.
Not bad right now, but I usually go this way, and it's become an art form, I guess. And then what's cool is at the end, I got taught this when I think I was in junior hockey, because I used to always see these guys, and a lot of times back in the day, you'd stop here and you'd have a toe. So then you would take scissors and cut around, and that would be your masterpiece. So
why do you do the double wrap at the end?
With the double wrap?
Yeah, there's two.
You noticed? Yeah. I like a little bit of a thickness here, because I find I have a little bit of an edge at the blade of the toe of my blade that would allow the puck just to stay on a little longer. So I don't know if it makes a difference, but to me it does. So that's why I double tape it.
So all of the things that you do, just whether it's taping a stick or feel for the puck, how much did you learn that just from your dad?
I learn it with my kids, how much they watch you. I learned so much just by being there, not even by asking questions, just by watching. I was lucky enough to watch some pretty great ones up close with just my dad's coaching career, and it's pretty cool the little things you take away from certain players.
Must have been a good teacher, because you and your brother are both in the NHL.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and my brother is completely different than me.
Is he?
Yeah, it's just crazy. I play for my teammates and my family, and both pretty much, you could say, are intermixed. And that I remember watching my dad and being so proud to be at the rink and seeing him play, to now hopefully my kids experiencing that as well. I think it's a pretty cool full circle thing that I've got to experience, and now I just like to one-up my dad and be able to hoist a cup with them. That'd be pretty amazing.
As the captain, how do you get the rest of the team into that mindset where you have to control the game early?
For me, it's relationships, because I realize that everyone kind of comes into a game in a different mindset, and in order to know what buttons to push on them, I have to know who they are and how they're going to go about the game. And so I have to lead by example. I have to be one of the guys that goes out and does my job and starts the game the right way and has that focus, so they can follow along and say, okay, this is how we're going to go tonight.